You, along with 99% of people trying to build ecom brands, are doing these 7 things wrong. And I know that because I did them the wrong way too. I'm 20 years old, I've built 3 ecom brands to over 100k a month, and I've helped 30 people go from 0 to 100k in 90 days. And every brand I've failed is simply because of these mistakes that I'm about to tell you. My clients all have one thing in common. They come to me burned out from testing just shitty products, throwing stuff at the wall hoping something sticks, testing random products, burning money on ads, and then wondering why nothing works. So today I'm going to show you the 7 biggest mistakes that are killing your brand, and most importantly, what to do instead. So if you're building anything in ecom right now or looking to start a brand soon, you need to hear this. So you don't know me, I actually got into ecom at 15 years old. Originally made a little bit of money in crypto. Long story short, lost all that shit, looked for something sustainable, and happened to stumble across ecom. And I've been in the game on and off now for 5 years. I tried everything, to be honest. I was a spammy dropshipper for a long time, making no real money, nothing consistent, and most importantly, it was just not sustainable. I would test, I would scale a little bit, and kill. I wasn't building anything real that had exit value or sign that is going to consistently grow and make me even single month. My first, obviously everyone knows that you need to take the branded attempt, but the thing is, it's a lot more difficult than it actually sounds. Everyone just says, oh, build a brand. Like, it's not fucking easy. My first attempt, I'm going to tell you guys the product because might as well. I launched a colostrum brand, and that had perfect labeling. Spent a lot of money and a lot of time building that brand up, custom landing pages with the best designers, working with marketing agencies to get the best creatives possible. Everything you think would be over the top to do when testing a product, I did. That's how confident I was in it. But unfortunately, it wasn't confidence, it was delusion. I ran it for 2 to 3 months, I think. I lost money almost every single day, and I didn't really know what to do. Like, I was just shocked that I thought this was gonna be my way out. But fortunately, I had too much delusion. I didn't understand how to do research properly, how to do market analysis, understanding your direct, indirect competitors, market saturation, market sophistication, all these things I didn't understand. But forgetting that, now I actually run 3 ecom brands, each doing over 100k a month now. If you guys don't know, I haven't seen, I just started a new challenge, taking a new brand from 0 to 100k in 90 days, and we smashed it. It was about 80 something days. We've already, as of today, just hit 100k a month with it as well. So crazy stuff. I literally started this brand on January 1st. If you guys haven't seen my Instagram, check it out. Also, I'll put some screenshots up on the screen for you guys as well. But the point is, now I'm doing well. I'm doing multi 6 figures a month. I went from burning thousands and thousands a month to now doing multi 6 figures between multiple brands. And it's all because of this one shift that I'm going to tell you guys about now. So this leads us into mistake 1. You guys are always starting with the product instead of the problem. Most people just want to find some trending product, using things like Caloday to get hooked, all these cool tools, which are great, by the way, but you're using them for the wrong reasons. The whole point is you guys are stuck in this mentality of, I need to find a winning product, when winning products actually don't exist. It's winning problems that do. What I mean by this, I know you might be thinking, what the fuck does that even mean? The point is that instead of focusing on the product, you should be researching problems first. What are the type of problems that certain demographics of people are having? What problems are keeping 50-year-old women up at night? Or what is the problems that they are trying to solve but have little effective solutions for? The whole point of the problem first approach, and the reason why it's done incredibly well for me, as I said, doing multi 6 figures now, is simply because you're selling products to solve problems people want solved. And that's the thing, like, if your product is a nice to have, sure, you can sell it. I mean, Comfort do 20 something million a month and they sell hoodies, right? What problem are they solving? Nothing really much. That's just about brand identity, which is cool. They've done amazing for themselves, obviously way more than me by any means. But the point is, ecom is about giving yourself the best advantage possible. So you might as well try solve problems that women or men, whatever, or certain demographics of people actually want solved. There are kind of 2 approaches I like to use. Either you're starting with a very well performing product, maybe something you found on Calodata or Winning Hunter, whatever, these spy tools, analyzing why it is doing well, extract it down to the core problem, right? And then doing indirect and direct competitor analysis to find actually what other brands are solving the same problem as this product that is doing really well. And then it's simply just about finding a more effective solution. So using the research, obviously this is a very complicated process, so I'm just trying to dumb it down for you. It's very difficult, and I've perfected it over a long time. I teach the exact same thing to people I work with now. But the point is, you're basically, in my opinion, this is what I've done for all 3 of my brands and why I've worked so well. You're finding a very strong problem people have that they have a desire to solve. The keyword there is desire. And you're attaching a more effective solution to it. That is how you build a real brand that is validated before you even spend a cent on it. The research is complicated and everything. It takes a long time, especially if you know it. And I'm sure you have no idea where to start. But we'll get into that in another video because it is a very complex process. If you're looking to get started immediately, you can book a call with me in the link description if you want. No pressure. It's not a sales call. It's just a demo call to see if you're even the right fit to work with me. And yeah, we'll speak about that later in the video. But anyway, let's get get to the second mistake I see people make. I see a lot of people make this mistake of selling a product rather than selling an offer, meaning that most people literally just build a simple product page and then call that an offer, which is nothing, is not what an offer actually is. The difference between a product and an offer is a product is just something that does something. It provides some sort of service, but an offer is more so, I guess, a transformation, you know, especially because we're solving problems. So there's usually a very clear before and after, right? Maybe get your XYZ bundle, like the acne kit, something like that. It needs to be more of an offer. Like, your product can't be focusing on features and benefits and everything. It really needs to be the transformation. No one cares what your product does. They care about the results it gets them. So that is something you need to build into your offer as well. And I see, like, even if people do this in their ads, they're not doing it in the actual framing and positioning of their offer. What is so good about building an irresistible offer is also you can increase the AOV a lot. So if it was an acne clearing kit, or maybe you were starting with some serum or whatever, you can include a face wash in that. You can include a post skincare serum or whatever, and call it your acne starter kit or whatever, your clear redness. A classic example, Norse Organics. They've done this brilliantly. Their offer is incredible. If you ever want advice on brands, go and just look at Norse Organics. They're incredible. I think they're dying down a little bit now, but besides the point. Even if you don't do a whole kit, you need to approach it with congruent stuff. Meaning, if you're selling like a soap, I had a student that was selling some sort of soap. A really cool product, solves a big problem, but at the end of the day, it's still soap. People are very skeptical to spend a decent amount of money on a soap, right? Even though it might solve a big problem for them, right? So you need to position it as from a value side of it, right? Offering them congruent gifts. For example, in this case, we offered them, like, I see a lot of people just fucking do some buy one, get one free and then throw some random free gifts. No, that's not the point. The whole point of building an irresistible offer, they need to feel stupid if they say no to it, right? And you don't do this just by attaching stupid random free gifts. You do this by attaching congruent free gifts, meaning that the gift you are giving them, right, the free value or whatever, enhances the effectiveness of your actual product. Meaning, a classic example of this is maybe you have some sort of cream or whatever, and you offer them a free supplement that actually enhances the effects. Congruent literally means that they need to be related together. You can't just be giving, I don't know, like, for example, classic example with the soap. We actually offered them a free sponge as well, like a antibacterial sponge or whatever, and that improved conversion rates a lot. Because why? It enhances the effects of the product. I've done this so many times for my brand as well. Like, one of our brands is some sort of device. Obviously, I can't say much. And also, one of my brands is kind of like a device. On the front end, we offered a free supplement, actually a gummy, that enhances the effectiveness of the device, improves the results. So now people are like, oh wow, this device is going to give me a result, and these gummies are going to enhance it. Amazing, you know? So long story short, you need to be building an irresistible offer. Use things like congruent gifts and frame it as a transformation rather than just a product. Mistake 3 is I see you guys making decisions based on 1 day's worth of data. You know, like, if you're anything like me, I used to wake up and let Shopify sales in the morning dictate my mood for the rest of the day, which is not healthy, by the way. And yes, I do check my Shopify dashboard. Not every day, but some days that I just wake up. But kind of trick, I just put my phone in a different room. I don't sleep with my phone in the same room. But anyway, let me not get on a tangent here. The point is that, like, most people panic when they start to see 1 days of bad performance, right? And they think, oh, is my product dying? What do I need to do or whatever? Rarely, guys, like, I see people do this all the time. They panic when 1 days of data or 2 days of data maybe jack, but they don't see the bigger picture, right? At the end of the day, like, performance shifts happen all the time. Can't expect to be profitable every single day. Yes, am I profitable every single day? Pretty much. But that comes once you have consistency. Like, how can you expect to have consistency when you're spending $50, $100 a day on ads? It's just not going to happen, right? At the end of the day, consistency comes when you actually are at higher scale. So you have to almost expect these large performance jumps, up and down, up and down. It just happens with scale at the end of the day. But the point is, at lower scale, you need to be making decisions based on higher time frames. I don't even kill ads at this point, unless it is ridiculously unprofitable. Because sometimes there's just a top of funnel ad that gets people into the funnel, and the retargeting ads actually just get like a 7-8 ROAS or whatever. I've seen that so many times with static offer ads, by the way, absolute source. If you're not running offer ads right now, like, what the fuck are you doing? That some days that shit carries my account. But anyway, long story short, when you're at least at a lower scale, anywhere from, you know, $0 to $1,000 a day, you need to stop making decisions on this 1 or 3 day even time frames. You need to be looking at your 7, 14 day and 30 day average. Because then day, like, if you're not in this for the long run, then you're A, you haven't chosen a big enough problem to solve, or B, you're just probably a spammy dropship, right? At the end of the day. Because I'm not trying to help people make just fucking a little bit of money one time. I'm trying to build things and help people build brands that are sustainable and grow and have exit value. So you need to stop making decisions on these lower time frames. Like, guys, personal experience, I nearly killed a brand. Like, guys, I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, I was unprofitable for maybe just under a month for one of my main brands, and now we're fucking ripping multiple high 5-figure days, you know? So the point is, if I had killed build that product, I would never be where I am today. So it's all about analyzing your data. How do you actually process the data? And this is a whole thing called learnings and everything. But long story short, stop making decisions on a short time frame. The most important time frame is 7 days. So only judge your performance based on 7 days. Meta's attribution works on 7 days. So only judge your performance based on 7 days at a minimum. But I do like to scale almost every day. At high scale, you can't really push your budget so much. But if you're profitable, honestly, like increase your budget 20% every day. Like if you're at least double your break-even ROAS, meaning your break-even ROAS might be 1.6 and you're at 3.2 consistently for at least a couple of days, double your budget every day until it drops off. And then if you're profitable but not double your break-even, just increase 20% each day. Minimum 10% and 20% is usually the standard. Mistake 4, I'd say, is not knowing your customer. Like people go straight from, okay, this is the product, this is the problem, maybe, even if you are doing the problem first approach, which I guarantee you're not. No one does it. No one even talks about it besides me. Most people go straight from the product just to running ads when you have no idea who you're selling to, right? You need to be doing deep research, knowing exactly who you're selling to. Like the whole point of advertising is being relatable. Someone is not going to convert from you if they're not feeling related to. When someone sees your ad, they need to be like, oh shit, yeah, that's me. Oh, I had that exact problem. Yeah, I've tried that as well. That didn't fucking work. Oh, that's why it didn't work? Okay, that makes sense. Oh, this is why that might work? Okay, that makes sense. Let me check it out. I can see they got a 90-day money-back guarantee. Yeah, fuck it. Let's try it. Good, seems like a good deal and they're giving me a good offer right now. It's whatever. And yeah, the whole point is that like relatability is the most important thing. And how can you relate to someone if you don't understand the language they're speaking? I don't mean like English or Spanish or whatever. It means the way that the customer is talking. And how you do this is by going on things like Reddit, Amazon reviews, actually trying to see what are the exact words that my customers are using. What is the wording? What exactly are they complaining about? Break it down into the little nitty-gritty things. A little bit of source if you guys want. Use a tool like Reddit comment scraper. So basically Google the exact keywords you want, go into those Reddits and use a tool called Reddit comment scraper to actually download all that stuff, and you put it into a Claude project and get it to break it down into the action and get some top angles, top quotes that you can use in your brand, all that you're going to use in your headlines, put it on your landing page and just use it in any copy overall. Like guys, the whole point is you need to be building a foundational research document. Like you need to be researching, I would say, for minimum a week before you even think about making a single ad. Like I think everyone tries to jump into making ads so quickly, and that's why your ads flop, because you didn't do enough research on them. And I know you might think, oh, I did some deep research with Claude or Perplexity. Like, no guys, you need to take time, because like you underestimate how much there is to actually research all the time. Like yes, I have incredible workflows to automate a lot of this stuff, especially now with Claude Code and everything. But the point is like, take your time to research. Don't rush it. Really don't. If you miss out on the research, your ads are going to be useless, and then you're just wasting time making shitty ads. Even though you might have an incredible problem and an incredible product, you didn't do your research well enough, which means your ads are going to be shit. They're completely correlated, and I think a lot of people miss this as well. Guys, if you want to book a call with me, by the way, like we do almost a deep dive, and on these consultation calls, the first thing I'm looking at, obviously your performance and everything, but it's your research document as well. Because the point is, if you don't do the research properly, how can you expect to even succeed? How can you expect to make good ads? How can you expect to scale when you don't even understand who you're selling to and you don't even understand the overall market? Like guys, you underestimate how important this type of data is. Mistake 5 is killing products that aren't dead. You know, I used to test like 20 products, you know, losing $500 a day, like literally just spam and hope something works. You know, like maybe I'll get a little bit of traction going, a couple sales here and there, you know, maybe not really profitable, but close to break even. And I would say it's not good enough and just kill it and move on. And this is the completely wrong approach, because most people move on from a product without even diagnosing why it might have stopped working or couldn't scale at all. You know, things like creative diversity. Did you have enough formats and enough angles in your account to actually, for them all to work together? Because I'm not going to get into this now, but your ad account is an ecosystem at the end of the day. You need to be feeding it enough, because every ad works together, right? Your ad account, your campaign, is literally every single ad works together. And I think people miss that. And that's why creative diversity is probably the most important thing. If you have a messaging that works, you need many different types of formats to actually showcase that messaging, right? Meaning top of funnel UGC stuff, static ads, offer ads, native ads. You need them all in your account because they all work together. Right? Some ads you might even not think are good for retargeting, but Meta will allocate that as a retargeting ad. You'll know this by if you see the frequencies are very high on certain ads. Naturally, ads can just become retargeting ads. But anyway, like people don't understand creative fatigue, meaning that your product wasn't dead. It's simply just your ad had unfortunately a shorter lifespan. Because listen, some ads can spend a couple $1,000s, some ads can spend a couple $100,000, you know? So creative fatigue is real, and to combat this, it's really just about processing learnings early. And once something actually takes up spend in your account, you need to understand why it is, right? Breaking it down, and this is the whole process of learnings, right? Trying to understand exactly every little piece about this ad and what are the potential reasons or what are the hypotheses that it might be working. What is the reason why it be working? Is the hook rate incredible? Is the hold rate incredible? Did we call out a very specific avatar, right? Was the call to action very good? Like analyzing this. I have a whole workflow for this, by the way. I built an entire creative engine for video ads and static ads to process learnings. So if you want access to that, just DM me learnings on Instagram. I'll send it straight to you. You need to be testing a lot more than you think. Like genuinely, I've been uploading ads into our account for a while now, like literally twice a week, like minimum. Actually no, minimum is once a week, 3 to 5 concepts, depending on your scale. If you're spending anywhere between $100 to $1,000 a day, I would easily be trying to test 5 to 7 concepts a week. You can split that up into 2 days a week and bumping your budget every 24 to 48 hours. That's what I would 100% do. Like I think an interesting thing, I'm gonna add this as another like sub mistake. I think people underestimate the volume that it takes to actually scale. Like you don't just fucking scale on one creative at the end of the day. Like I have probably 15 ads in my account that are all getting super high spend. In the beginning, when you're at the $0 to couple $1,000s a day, it is usually 3 to 4 ads, sometimes even less, dictating and actually spending all of your budget. But that's not how you don't scale to 50, 100K days on a couple ads, guys. It's the whole point. It's an ecosystem. So creative diversity, learnings. Point is, your products aren't dead, your ads are, okay? If you do the research properly, a product can never die. Meaning that in our case, the problem can never die, right? At the end of the day, like people are always gonna have bad skin. People are always gonna have gut issues. Like these are problems that will forever exist to time. You know, maybe you'll get some crazy medicine that instantly cures all your problems. But until then, the brands I'm running are absolutely great. I say the mistake 6 is probably, I would say the landing pages. Like I think people make the mistake of running just everything to the same product page. Like an ad might speak to someone very specifically, like something in that ad spoke to them. It's never usually that like the entire ad is someone 100% related to. It's usually 1 or 2 lines. So it is difficult once they actually understand, okay, they feel related to now, and then they click on your product page and that messaging isn't showcased anywhere. And now you've lost a potential buyer because you weren't congruent. There's a whole thing about having congruent ads, congruent landing pages. Because if you don't, you're literally just wasting money on ads at the end of the day. And the top things I've seen perform well is like listicles and advertorials. I kind of have this thing called a hybrid. So it's a listicle in the form of an advertorial. So it's a 7 reasons like it's more like a blog post, but in the form of a listicle. They've been ripping in my account right now, and we test a lot of variations of these all the time. Like you don't need to do small split tests in the beginning, but definitely if you're still running everything to your product page, you're making a fucking mistake at the end of the day. Like if you're running anything right now, go look at your top ad, break it down into the core messaging, the core angle, the core avatar. Who is this ad showing to, right? Even just go on the demographics breakdown, see exactly how old the people that are buying, right? And literally, if you haven't, make a custom landing page that almost is a continuation of that ad. You know, you want to treat landing pages as a way to extend on what the ad was talking about and fill in any missing gaps that the ad couldn't cover, basically. So that's what I mean by congruent ads, and I promise you do this, it will change your ads performance. I've seen ads that are fucking, like all the time I see students, right? I was on a call the other day with someone. He's been working with me for 2-3 months now, absolutely killing it, really proud of him, by the way. Anyway, besides the point, he had a winning ad and it was starting to die off, and we diagnosed it together and realized like the landing page I wouldn't say is 100% congruent with the person that sees this ad. What the ad is speaking about it is good enough, but it's not the exact same messaging. So we did a bit of research together and actually understood what needs to change about this landing page, and we tested the same ad with just a different landing page, and it instantly became the top spend in the account overnight because we had a congruent landing page. Shows the power of congruency, I guess you could say. But it doesn't matter until you even find that winning messaging, winning angle, winning avatar, etc. Alright guys, mistake number 7, I would say, and this is mainly going to apply to people that are making at least a little bit of money with maybe their dropshipping product or their brand or whatever, and that is only running meta ads. I wish I'd started Google ads so much sooner. I wish I had diversified my channels, rarely getting on TikTok shop, getting on Amazon. Like once you have a bit of traction going, like also the same thing, fucking email marketing and SMS marketing, post-purchase upsells and everything. These are all have been massive unlocks in my business because Meta's performance might be slightly down some days, but you have all these channels that actually bring up your overall blended ROAS and performance that carry you on those days where Meta might be underperforming. Like genuinely, I see so many people scale scale was solely Meta. Can it work? Sure. But Google Ads is incredible. Listen, guys, I'm not a wizard with Google Ads. Like, I literally have an agency that does everything for media buyers. I'm just a wizard with Facebook ads. But the point is, just because I don't know how to do Google Ads doesn't mean you should neglect it. You know what I mean? So it's very important to diversify the channels. Yes, put majority of your focus on Meta, but if you neglect email marketing, if you don't have good flows, if you don't run good campaigns, if you don't have SMS marketing, how can you actually even think you're going to build a real sustainable brand at the end of the day? Because you're paying for traffic, you got people in the funnel. Now what are you going to do with them if they don't convert? You know, so it's very important to do that type of stuff. Diversify your channels, guys. And guys, honestly, this one thing I'd say is what separates the dropshipper from the fully fledged brand is the channel diversity. Now, even things like partnership ads, whitelisting ads and everything rarely do super well depending on your product and your problem. Like, people buy from people at the end of the day, and that's something that I think you guys forget. Like, relatability and people buy from people is probably the two most important, I would say, methodologies, if that's the right word, or two most important concepts when it comes to advertising, like relatability and people buy from people. But yeah, I have made every single one of these mistakes. The Colostrum brand was mistake 1. I've made all of these mistakes, to be honest, guys. And the Colostrum brand was mistake 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not profitable for a single day for nearly 2 months. But the brand I started on January 1st this year, problem first, irresistible offer, data-driven decisions, and customer research before ads. Fresh creatives, no dead products, congruent landing pages, and diversified channels. If you guys can see. And that is exactly why we just hit 100K month within 3 months of starting. Absolutely crazy, guys. We just hit a 7K day yesterday on the store. Try to show you that as well, if the lights will allow me to do that. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm gonna try my best. Yeah, we're gonna be at 10K days within a week, like easily. And this brand didn't exist 90 something days ago, right now. Absolutely crazy to think about. But this shows you how powerful the problem first approach is. And guys, Genuinely, if you fix one of these 7 things, you will instantly get better performance in your ads. Guys, if you even fix one of these 7 things, I promise you, your brand will be better tomorrow. And if you fix all 7 of these mistakes, you don't even need to compete anymore. You're in a blue ocean. And guys, also, what the beauty about this brand we just launched is we have 0 competitors. Like 0. No direct competitors, no indirect competitors. And that is the beauty of the problem first approach. It allows you to find opportunities. I think I'll leave you guys one nugget here as well. It's like, this is a golden nugget. You need to shift from this product and based thinking to a opportunity based thing. Understanding, I need to find opportunity. You need to keep your eyes fucking open. I know you remember, what the fuck does that even mean? I touched on this in the first mistake. It's more so, what is working? What problems do people want solved? And what problems can solve it better than what products, can solve the problems better than the current existing solutions on the market? That is the opportunity, guys. But yeah, guys, I'm documenting this entire process. I've taken now this 3rd brand from 6 figures to now 7 figures a month. And if you want to see the methodology and real action, you know, with the real numbers, like showing you guys everything, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be documenting this whole journey, breaking down everything step by step so you guys can do the same. And guys, I know this all sounds very overwhelming and you might not even know where to get started. So if you are looking for someone to help you, guide you through this journey, holding your hand with no bullshit course, no stupid fucking outsourced coach, you're looking for one-on-one experience, me holding your hand, taking you through this journey and scaling you to those 6-figure months, you can book a free consultation with me below. So it's not a sales call, there's no pressure, but I do ask that you guys don't waste my time because I put a lot of effort into my coaching side of things and I can't help that many people because this is a fully one-on-one immersive experience. You're not getting outsourced to some bullshit coach. There's no fucking VAs. Like, it is fully one-on-me, and that's the level of support you need to actually succeed in 2026 with ecom, in my humble opinion, I guess you could say. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in that, book a call. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Like, thank you so much for watching the video. Hit that like and subscribe button, and yeah, that's enough from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.